Growing up with Hasbro Transformers figures in the 80s was absolutely amazing. Now the coolest thing about Transformers is that they transform. But unfortunately, as a child, you always had to do that yourself with the figures. Well, not anymore. As the Extreme channel is pushing towards 50,000 subscribers, these are just a few of the statues we are giving away on the journey there. If you want to know how to win one, stay tuned for later in the video. Alright, so you can kind of hear the humming of the engine running. So again, and Optimus likes to do stuff like that. But so first of all, again, you can put Spike Witwicky inside there. I think that's a cool feature. And just like Optimus Prime, it's not super detailed, but I like that there is some intricacies to this. A lot of different mechanisms, and again, some tape I forgot to pull off. Had a lot of plastic on it for the shipping to protect it, but I think that's pretty neat. And we'll look at the trailer itself, kind of the sides of it when it's put together. And here is the roller. Again, not super detailed. You can open the engine compartment. Nice little Easter egg there. Spike, again, he looks like a little toy. He does have a magnet on his back to help secure him. That was kind of nice. And there's a lot of weight to these, just like Optimus Prime. This cord right here is rubber, so hopefully it doesn't deteriorate over time. But pretty neat. He's moving again on his own. Skynet. So here's the trailer hooked up. Again, has the Autobot symbol on the front. I like the look of the trailer a lot more than the insides when it comes to like a realism effect. I think they did a nice job from the rubber tires. And I don't think the tires are fully rubber, just the outside tread is. But they did a really nice job on the tailgate, the lights. And again, it's kind of a mix between realistic, electronic, and toy feeling that you have on this. So pretty neat in my opinion. Hey, welcome to the Extreme channel. My name is Mr. X. We're all about extreme collectibles. If you're a follower of the channel, you know that recently I bought this Robeson Optimus Prime that actually transforms, responds to voice commands, and so much more. Now, if you're an Autobot or a Transformer fan, you know that Optimus Prime is not complete without his trailer. So Robeson made one of his trailers as well, and I had to pick that up. I gotta tell you right now, as impressed as I was with that Optimus Prime, I am just as impressed with the trailer. I think you could be happy owning either one separately, but both of them together, which I'll show you at the end of the video, that's where the true money is, because it cost a lot of money. You're almost $2,000 in for this complete setup. So a lot of things I'm going to go over today are a follow-up from that previous video. If you haven't seen it, I'll put a link in the description below. Go back and watch that first and come back here. But I purchased their flagship Optimus Prime kit. So before I show you all the features of this, which while it obviously transforms and there's a number of different options, there's some stuff both favorable and unfavorable compared to my previous video. Before we get into all that, here's a quick unboxing and assembly. Alright, so you get a number of things with this, and I want to cover all that stuff. So obviously, first you get the roller, and we're going to go over some options with this. Not only can it obviously go inside the trailer, but it can tow the trailer, and you're going to see that in a little bit. But if you own the Optimus Prime, you can actually put the gun on the back. Here's a picture of that right here. Now you can't tow it with the gun on, obviously. You also have an additional accessory right here for the roller that will help support the weight when we tow it. We'll come back to that. Just like the Optimus Prime, there are stickers and decals. Now, I'm not putting these on there simply for the fact that I think it hurts resale value if I ever try and sell this down the road. Some are license plates, some are just other decals you can put wherever. It doesn't come with a lot of great instructions, unfortunately. Because this is a flagship edition, it came with 2 coins. You can actually check them out right here. I think this is pretty cool. And the black coin does have a magnet on the back. Comes with a number of manuals that don't really tell you much. For example, it has a parts list, but it doesn't even list every part it comes with. So for example, it comes with 2 plastic pieces. They almost look like support pieces. I don't know where these go. And 2 smaller ramps right here. I don't know where to put this.
Hey, that's what she said.
Comes with a Spike Witwicky, so an actual action character that you can not only place in the roller right here, but also in the gun we're going to look at in the trailer. And then a ramp, as you saw in the beginning, for the roller to come down from the actual trailer. So that's all the extra stuff it comes with. Let's look at the functionality of it. And just like the Optimus Prime, there's a lot of options. Now, first of all, none of them are voice activated. They're all via the app and remote control, with 2 exceptions. The support beams on the ramp and the front of the trailer over here are manual. You manually have to adjust them. I think that's a huge miss. Also, this ramp, it should have came out from inside the trailer. Again, a terrible miss when you're spending this much money and you're going this advanced. Because while those are big negatives, the rest of this is a pretty big positive for me. So first, as you saw, you can open and close the doors. And just like the Optimus Prime, there is a lot of sound effects with all of those. If you want additional support for some of these transformations, instead of using manual supports at the front, you can throw out these right here. I think that's pretty neat. And these just click back up. You saw at the intro how you can actually raise up the trailer. And this is almost a wall with the gun at the top that you can have Optimus Prime standing next to. Clearly, that's very high, but you can also have a horizontal platform for the weapon right here. I think that's pretty neat. You can put the roller inside of it with the ramp. Kind of show everything off in attack mode right here. Now, 2 other manual adjustments on the little pod here in the guns are the claw and the radar, so to say, on the side. Now you have to be careful when you close this down. You want to make sure they're not enclosed or being hit by the trailer. So let's close those. Again, something they probably should have automated in my opinion. Now, just like the Optimus Prime, there's tons of sound effects. You can kind of hear the motor running. You obviously heard some of the very loud ones. But let's hook up the trailer to the roller here. First, we're going to bring the roller out, which just like the Optimus Prime Semi, it has a remote. Here is a picture of the app. So very similar, and you can actually pilot both of those. I don't know if you can do them at the same time. I haven't tried them yet, but there are controls for both of them. So this hooks up via Bluetooth, very similar to the way the Optimus Prime did in that video. Again, if you haven't seen it, go back and check it out. You have the lights on the gun, you have the headlights, the brake lights. There is lighting on the inside of here. Here's a quick picture of that. And of course, the roller has headlights as well that light up and a red beacon light on the back. So we need to close this up to connect the roller to the Semi. And again, this is manual. You can move the legs down. The legs are also adjustable with height, which doesn't make sense because in my opinion, you'd only use it to go in and out of the trailer. All right, so to have the roller pull the trailer, you actually pull up the entire back section. It has a spring-loaded lock right here to secure it. And then that additional platform we looked at earlier just helps support the weight of the trailer. And it has 2 holes in the top that line up with the trailer. Very similar to the way that you're going to see Optimus Prime connect. So let's get rid of the side braces here. So that is a manual connection as well. A little bit of a pain. It would have been nice if they had some type of sensor so they could align these up. Now, if you're towing the trailer with the roller here, you actually have to change the roller remote code. It's only 2 buttons, pretty easy, into trailer mode instead of freestyle. And it limits your turning radius simply for the fact it is kind of a different setup. So now, let's see what he looks like with Optimus Prime. You can move both of them at the same time. So for example, let's go. Right there. I don't want him to run off the table though. But I think this would be a pretty cool setup right here, how you have it like this. Some very classic Generation 1 Transformers. But, of course, we all want to see what Optimus looks like pulling his trailer. But to do that, we have to transform. So one thing is you see, you need a lot of room for this. I have a pretty large table here, but it's probably still not enough room.
Optimus Prime. Optimus.
And here we go.
Let's roll.
Again, that would be awesome to keep going, but unfortunately, he would fly off the table. So let's open the back and put the roller and Spike in there. And technically, if you wanted, you could have them both roll side by side. Oh, I'm moving Spike. Did you hear him in there?
Optimus Prime. Let's.
He doesn't even have time to say let's roll. However, this is incredibly badass. I love this. You know, standing alone as a remote control Optimus Prime, I think that is incredibly awesome. But the fact knowing that he can transform and there's so many different parts to this, I think this is totally worth it. Like I said in the previous video, Optimus Prime is $1,000. The trailer you can get from $700 to $800, which is a lot of money. So you're almost $2,000 into all this. But for me, it's absolutely worth it. Of all those Transformer statues I used to own, I talked about in the other video, while they were more detailed and intricate, I think this is better. I absolutely love this. I'm going to keep this for the longest time. Now, I know technology will outdate this at some point, but let's be honest, Transformers have been out for 40 years. It took until now to get something like this, so it might not be for a very long time. And probably the coolest thing about this, if someone's over at the house and they say to me, hey, you got an Optimus Prime toy here? I can say, you know, to this, there's more than meets the eye.
What?
We will be giving all of these statues away, plus additional ones at every 5,000 subscriber milestone. To win one of these statues, all you have to do is make sure you've liked this video, you've subscribed to the channel, you've hit that bell notification, and then just drop a comment below. Every 5,000 subscriber milestone, we are going to do a random drawing and pick a random comment and give one of these statues away, plus some additional ones I'm not showing right now. The more videos you comment on, the higher your chances are to win. Hey, thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate it. This is such a cool thing. I'd advise you to go check one out, and you can find them on Hasbro or Robeson, but meanwhile, please give me a like. I really appreciate it. It helps the channel. And if you like stuff like this, make sure you're subbed. I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care.